welcome back to my channel. In this week's episode, I kind of wanted to talk you through some of the capsule items in my fall winter wardrobe. The aim of this video is to show you how many outfits you really can create from such a small capsule of items. You really do not need a lot. Yes, I'm someone who loves fashion and I have a whole wardrobe full of options. But if you're someone that is just starting from the base, really don't know what to wear, don't know how to style yourself, don't want to just hop on trends, this is a good video for you to try learn and to see how many outfits you can create from one piece of clothing. Whenever I buy a new garment or a new piece of clothing, before I even buy it, I think of at least 4 ways that I can style it. The first thing I would recommend you do is invest in just some tops. Now I have a few colors, I have a few everything, but these are my go-to in winter. So I know what everyone's gonna think. White spaghetti top, it's winter, it's fall in England, it's freezing. But this for me is my favorite thing to wear during the fall. It's good for layering. If in like the earlier fall winter months, if you live in England, you know that it's freezing in the morning but a little bit warmer in the afternoon. So, and then similar to that, I do have 2 leotard options. Now these can just be basic tees and I have some black options as well, but these are just the white ones that I pulled today. So this is a leotard, they're both from Zara. Basic white leotard. This is just short sleeved with a box cut neck. I'm not very good at the names of all these cuts and things, but just a basic white leotard without sleeves. This one, for example, it is also Zara. It is a long sleeve leotard, got a high neck. I have this in black as well, but this is just very easy, very kind of, you know, it's obviously long sleeve, so it's a little bit warmer. And then this black tee, this one is from Reese. I have this in white as well, but this is just very basic, very simple, again, very easy to layer with. I also have this Zara vest top as well. This one, again, similar to the leotard, just short sleeve. It's nice to have options. It's nice to be able to take off clothes, because if you live in England, if you live in London, you know it's freezing outside but boiling on the tube and boiling in the offices once they turn the heating on. So it's nice to be able to breathe. So I always do wear short sleeves in the winter just because you need to take some layers off and you don't want to be too hot. So in terms of jeans options, just 2 basic jean options. I have a black jean option. These ones are from Pull & Bear. Absolutely love them. They're black, they're basic, they've got a good leg fit. And so they're good to dress up, they're good to dress down, and yeah, I absolutely love them. The blue pair of jeans have been my newest pair of jeans to enter into my wardrobe. They were kindly gifted to me from a friend who works at Uniqlo, and so this was the J.W. Anderson Uniqlo collab, and this was the sample size, so I like to think it's perfectly made for me because it really is perfect. So moving on, as I did mention, I am currently wearing wide leg trousers, but I do have another pair, and these are really new from H&M. And they're just slightly tighter fit. These ones don't have pockets, so they don't feel as slouchy. So these just make me feel more put together. I will also say a skirt, a black skirt. This one is from Cotton On. It is probably my most worn garment since I got it last year. It is breaking, so when that dies, I will cry. But yeah, a black skirt, kind of rogue for winter, but always layer it with tights or boots and fluffy socks, and that is how I often wear it. A shirt, just a button-down shirt. This might be not really your style, not really your theme. I'm someone that's a bit more office casual. I mean, it is the weekend and I'm wearing wide leg trousers, so this is more preference, but again, I love this for layering. This is just a very good piece. This one is from Ralph. It is fairly old. It's always good to just have a basic white button-down shirt in your cupboard. Since I've been going on about layering, I'll also mention some cardigans. So I have this white one. This is from Next, again, fairly old. A lot of these stuff and a lot of my clothes are old. I like to buy things that I know I'll wear for a long time. You know, this I got when I was in high school and we had to do business casual at A-levels. So again, really old, but I love it and it's simple and it stays with me. So another one which is a bit newer, it's a bit softer, it's a bit more expensive. It is cashmere, I think. It's very soft. This one is from Mango. So kind of similar, but yeah, again, just very good to layer, very fun, and it creates like a little texture and drama and difference, and I really like it. In terms of outerwear, as I mentioned, I hate puffer coats. I will only wear a puffer coat from like December till maybe like the 7th of Jan. I would say like 14th of December to 7th of Jan is the only time you will catch me in a puffer coat, unless it's like blizzard snowing, and that is like a Canada Goose, okay? So that being said, the outerwear that I recommend is a trench coat. This is fluffy, it is warm, it is just over a year old maybe now, and it was from ASOS and I love it. And this is like, it's a plum maroon color. I don't know if you can see properly, but it's really fun, it's really cool, and it adds just a little bit of color and it adds a little bit of pop, even though it's quite of a subtle color. Another jacket that I want to talk about is this leather jacket. Backstory to this jacket: I got it on sale, okay? This is a men's double XL and it was going, the retail rate was $3.50 and I got it for $50, so it was just like an absolute no-brainer. Kind of bonus things that I wanted to show you. These are not something I gravitate towards that much, and it's not something that you desperately need, but just a couple of fun jumpers. In peak winter, I get really depressed. I think seasonal depression really is a real thing, but what I noticed last year is that it's cold, it's miserable, but everyone's wearing black. And I don't think it helps. I don't think when it's so cold and miserable and you can't even see your hand, everyone is just wearing black. It just doesn't make sense to me. So in days like that, when it's really miserable and I really don't want to get dressed, I will often gravitate to something like this that's just a bit more fun, or something like this that is really bright and neon, and you know, it's kind of basic, but it really is bright. I absolutely love it because just a little bit of pop of color really can go a long way for your mood. In winter, if you really don't want to get dressed, or you're feeling the seasonal depression, wear a bright color and you'll see how much your mood can change just by wearing a bright color. It is crazy. In terms of shoes, as I mentioned, knee-high boots. Now, these are my most worn shoes ever. Okay, I think these are the most worn things I have ever purchased and worn. It is almost in every single video that I wear. I wore these to my job interview. I wear them everywhere. I got them for £10 from ASOS, so there's really like a no-brainer. I wear tights, and if I'm not wearing tights and I'm wearing a skirt, I will wear really fluffy fuzzy socks underneath and hope for the best. Another pair of shoes is just a simple black kitten heel. I don't, to be honest, full transparency, I don't really wear these that often. I do have big feet and I do feel like these elongate my feet and they make me look a bit more clowny. That being said, I do wear them. It just gives me a little bit of a lift. Another pair of shoes is loafers. Again, as I've mentioned, I'm someone that loves fashion, so I do have two pairs of loafers. I have a skinny pair and a chunky pair. Personally, if you were to get one, I would recommend getting a skinny pair. I think they go with more than a chunky pair. I think a chunky pair can look too chunky for an outfit, so I would recommend a skinny pair. These are from ASOS as well, also for like £10. They don't have the best grip, but yeah, just a little pair of shoes, just some white sneakers. You can have Adidas Sambas, you can have Stan Smiths. These are actually my second pair. They're just easy, they're simple, and I really actually like the foot of these. My foot feels very supported when I wear these. So yeah, just a basic white pair of trainers. Another little bonus, something that you don't need but something if you kind of want, is just a fun pair of boots. Now, I got these from a charity shop. I got them for £25. They retail for like $2.50, so that was a win for me. This is not a necessity, but this again is just something that's fun, something that is dynamic, and so when I'm just want to wear black but add a little fun, I'll wear these. If you do want to splurge for an exciting pair of boots, an exciting pair of boots is something you should get. What you need is a black belt, a simple black belt. This one is a little bit more of like a snake skin. I go to the office about 2-3 days a week. This is my go-to work bag. I don't need anything more. It's a Longchamp bag. It is a bit old. It is seeing better days. But in terms of handbags, so I have a few. I mainly share my mom's bags, to be honest. But I have like 2 of my own. Well, I lie. Because this one I got from my mom's cupboard, and my mom got this like 30 years ago from like Woolworths or something. Back when Woolworths was a thing. But I love it. It's sloshy, it's big, it carries my entire life. When I lived abroad, this bag literally left the house with me at like 8 a.m. and didn't come home till like 11 p.m. that night. It held my entire life. I had a swimming costume in there at all times, my laptop, my smokables, a charger, you know, makeup that I need throughout the day. It really carries my life. And in terms of handbag, this is my ultimate personal favorite handbag. This was like my first big girl purchase, even though it wasn't that expensive compared to other bags. But I love Charles & Keith. I found Charles & Keith when I was a digital editor at a coupon fashion brand situation, and I just fell in love with their imagery and their marketing, and I really much bought into the brand just based on the images that they use. So that is it, you guys. I really hope that this was helpful for you to kind of see how you can build a capsule wardrobe and how you can style one piece of item in many different ways. You really do not need to be buying clothes every month, every other month, and only buying designer bags and only buying designer clothes. You can, as I've shown you, you can have a cardigan and a jumper and a pair of trousers that are great from high street brands, and it can last you a really long time. Save your money, shop smarter, and have a capsule wardrobe. That's my opinion. That's my advice as my wise self at 26 years old. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more. And as usual, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.